So then Zach was like, oh, I'm doing this. And then I was like, I also want to do this. When I sent this video to my grandmother, she was not very happy about it. My mother told me sometimes that she grew up thinking that if you suffer in life, then you are doing good.
Hi, and welcome back to Mermaid Mode. Today I'm going to be chatting to Lana Herman. And if you're a fan of big air kitesurfing competitions, you are most definitely familiar with this name. She's one of the most exciting girls to watch during the big air kitesurfing competition. And I'm going to be talking to her while she's taking a rest day in her training in Brazil, getting ready for the new competition year. So without further ado, let's dive in. Well, Lana, welcome to Mermaid Mode. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time.
Thank you for having me here.
And you're in Brazil right now, right? Did you go kiting today?
No, here it's only 12 o'clock and usually wind is the strongest from like 2:30 on. But today I'm taking a rest day because once a week I think it's very important to take a rest day.
And you've been kiting the entire week, actually. Are you getting ready for any of the competitions that are coming up in autumn?
Yeah, so we have two competitions coming up. One is Red Bull Megaloop in the Netherlands, and the other one is called Hawaii in Denmark. They only accept 6 girls, so I'm really hoping that they will accept me and I will be able to compete. But yeah, we are waiting for the green light, basically like 3 days in advance. And yeah, either I will be in Europe already if there will be some good wind, or I will fly directly from Brazil for the forecast.
Okay, so you're staying there to train mostly for the competition.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just training. I'm here with my coach and family. That the son is training as well with him. So yeah, it's a good dynamic we have.
Who are you training with, actually?
Loic, he's a Belgian guy. He's a coach. So I started working with him in January, and I think it's been going very well. When we are not together, we do like online sessions. And here I came here just because he said he will come here. So yeah, it's good to have in person.
How do you do the online sessions? Do you like film yourself doing a trick and then he gives you the rundown of what you're doing wrong, or?
Yeah, basically I have to ask someone on the beach to film me, and then we make video analyzing basically. And yeah, if I want to learn another trick, then he gives me a lot of tips, and then I try it next time, and next time we go through the videos, and yeah, this is how it works.
That's really cool. I've tried a training camp with the Seven Seas guys before. It's quite similar, where they film you and they tell you like what you did wrong, or like it's really cool to see yourself like in slow motion and thinking.
Yeah.
It's like it's so helpful because a lot of times when you're doing a trick, like you think you're doing something, but then you see the video and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's like it felt so much cooler in my body when I was doing this.
Yeah. That's always like that, unfortunately.
It's really good to hear that, like, even for the professional, it also, like, it's also the same feeling, because I would imagine, like, the tricks that you're doing are, like, such a high level at this point. Like, I would imagine you have a lot of, like, body awareness, but how do you approach actually learning the new trick? And, like, what are the challenges that you see in learning something new like that?
Well, I would say the biggest challenge for sure, at least for me, it's not getting injured, because I've had a few injuries now last year and a half. And yeah, you also learn when you get injured, but I hope I learned enough for now. So yeah, this I would say is the biggest challenge. But how do I do it? I say, okay, I want to learn this trick because I don't know, I feel like it's a natural step. And then Loic tells me, okay, this is the most important thing with this trick, or you should like do these steps before going into this trick. So yeah, we really try to like go step by step, not full send, because I think it's smarter and then you get a feeling for it. And it's a good approach, I think.
I think your style is kind of like full send, isn't it? Like your writing is very kind of full on, like loaded. So I guess like you'd also want to try to full send it first before you try to like break it down.
At the beginning, I did. Now I don't want to do that anymore. I mean, at some point you have to, because like when I was in Egypt in May and end of April, like my goal was really to land this laid back board off. And yeah, I mean, I did like many laid backs, but at some point you just have to, take the board off. And like the first try I did, I like landed in the weirdest position ever, like crashed, of course. But yeah, it's very kite surfing. I think it's extremely mental. So you really have to like push your limits, which is also nice, but very scary at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. I think what you said as well kind of like creeped in a little bit, where you said, I've learned from like having an injury, like you take a lesson and you learn, and it kind of feels like a lot of that you've done a lot of mental work, because like people, like athletes that get injured, they understand that their body is telling them to like stop, or you have to take this time to take lessons from what you're doing and everything. So like, what other mental exercises are you doing?
Well, I try to meditate twice a day for 20 minutes.
Oh,
I
wow.
think it
Nice.
helps me a lot. And then some visualization, like just to go through the tricks many times in your head. And yeah, I mean, just try to keep calm and not get too much into my head. Or if I see someone landing a lot of new tricks and then get this anxiety, oh, I have to do it, I have to do it. I feel like it's more like trusting the process and take your time, because then if you rush into things, then yeah, at least for me, it never worked out. So this is what I'm really trying to like, okay, Lana, you are taking your time, everything will come, just trust life, basically.
That's growth. Yeah. Do you think it sounds like you were more impatient before then. So now you're like more calm.
Well, theoretically. I mean, I try. I'm trying. I'm learning. But
You
yeah,
know
this
how to
is
deal
kind
with
of,
it better.
I guess. I hope so. Let's see.
I think I've seen in one of the interviews you actually said something which is very similar to what Natalie said as well, where you said, "Why are you doing this if it's not for fun?" And I think Natalie also had the same sentiment, where she said that she's looking for joy in the writing, or enjoyment in the moment when she's in the competition as well. Is that something that you still believe is your sentiment? I think it was an older interview.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we risk a lot doing this sport, and we don't get much reward regarding like financial or something else. So we do it really because of our passion and because we like the sport. So I think it's, yeah, if you lose I think it's the sense of it why we do it. Like if you lose the enjoyment, if you lose this freedom, then why would I do it? Then it's better to do something else. So yeah, for sure it's very important.
How did you actually get into kite surfing? Like, how did you discover the passion for kite surfing? Because you're from Slovenia, and Slovenia doesn't have a lot of water. Like,
No.
water with wind, I guess. You have a lot of rivers, I think.
We have rivers, we have some lakes, but not kiteable lakes. We have, I think, 48 kilometers of seaside.
Yeah.
I never kited in Slovenia in my life, but I
No.
started
Oh.
kitesurfing in Croatia. It started basically, I always say this, with my parents' divorce, because then when my mom started dating a guy, he was a kite surfer, and he said, "Oh, do you want to try this sport?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?" And I tried it. And to be honest, at the beginning, I really hated it. I thought it's pain in the ass. But then once I managed to come upwind, I fell in love. Like it was honestly the best feeling I've ever felt. And I was like, okay, I want to do this. So yeah, then I waited a year to finish my university. And then once I got the diploma, I started traveling. And yeah, the first year I didn't work. And then the second year I didn't have money anymore. So I found a job and my boss was cool enough to let me travel and do kite surf while I work. And yeah, that's how it all began.
What type of job would you do that allows you to do that?
Well, I was in finance. We were like consulting for this program called Tagetic. It's consolidation, IFRS standards. It's basically cash flows inside huge companies, and there was a lot of data, and we had to basically find a mistake why the end data is not how the client imagined. And yeah, it was interesting job. I actually really liked it, but it was too much to do kite surfing and this job at the same time.
That's quite a change of your career, basically.
Yes,
From
huge change.
the IT and finance into the professional athlete. That's
Yeah,
really
I
cool.
said I said I will risk it for the
Yeah.
biscuit.
How is it going so far? Like, are you enjoying where you are in the process? I think we talked a little bit about it, but like, it's such a different type of life as well. And I guess you also have to be away from home and you're traveling a lot. Like, I saw some of the posts from Slovenia where you were for a little bit, but as you can't really kite in there, you have to be away from home for training a lot, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest downside, at least for me, because I'm quite attached to my family. We
Mm.
have really good relationship, so I love spending time with them. I love spending time in Slovenia. I think it's extremely beautiful country. But yeah, I mean, can't have it all. So, but I try to do that after like every 2-3 months I go back home at least for like a week or two. And then usually in May I take a little bigger break and go home for like a month. And yeah, but I'm in contact with my family all the time, so it's not so bad.
It's probably like the biggest gap between the competitions, I guess, between like May and up until autumn, until the other two big competitions come up, right? Well, three competitions, because
Yes,
the King of the Air women's division is in November, right?
exactly. Yes.
I hope you really get into cold Hawaii, because I live in Denmark, so it's the only competition that I can make to go and see.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see girls actually this year. Did you make the application? I think they posted that the applications close in 2 days, right? On Saturday?
Yes, first of August. No, I will do it now
Yeah,
after this conversation.
perfect. I hope your footage wasn't on the phone that was broken. Hope you backed that one up.
It is, but somehow I managed to get from different sources all the videos, so I have
Okay.
everything.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
yes.
Nice. Okay, I'm really looking forward to see all of your submissions, because I think it's kind of like a bummer that it's not a Red Bull competition anymore. So I think
Is it not?
yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's just called Hawaii now. It's not a qualifier anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good
Yeah.
to know. Thank you.
But I need to, I will check myself afterwards, but I'm pretty sure it's just called Hawaii now. And yeah, because of this, I was really happy to see that so many people applied. But now I'm thinking it's like maybe some people don't know that.
Yes, I didn't know that. I don't know how this information slipped through, but
Like, if it is, I'll cut this out.
yeah, okay.
I was like, oops,
Deal.
they're not going to spread misinformation online.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter at the end. It's
Yeah,
I
but
always watched it online, and I think it's really cool spot, really cool competition.
mm.
Yeah, I really hope I'll be in and it's gonna happen. So yeah.
Well, we're going to manifest it. So it's you and Natalie that I spoke to. So two of you are going to be there. So we're
Okay.
holding, yeah.
Let's
We're going to
hope.
see you there in October, I think, right? I think it's around October. It's a really
I
cool
think
spot.
it's I think it's September, no? Like 4th till 20th of September.
Ah, right. Okay. It's earlier. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're really looking forward to that, because it's, yeah, it's a really cool spot. It's quite hardcore, but I think that's kind of like the charm of it.
You kited there already, or
Not
just surf?
in those conditions.
Okay,
I'll leave it to you. I like to watch.
okay.
Somebody needs to cheerlead on the
Yes,
beach, you know?
definitely.
Maybe I can
Yes.
caddy for somebody. That would be cool, actually. That might be
Well,
really cool.
it's help is always welcome. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I'll hold the side of the Lana cheering poster from Harlem. You know, the ones that they're
Amazing. Yes.
more hands. Tell me, actually, like I've also read somewhere that apparently Harlem have rejected you first when you applied for their sponsorship or something, and then they came back and they wanted you. Like, what happened there, and how did they actually turn around?
Yeah, so it was a funny story. I mean, funny. I tried to get like some sponsorship, and I tried to do competitions. So I was reaching out to a lot of brands, and then it was Jasmine, my good friend Jasmine. She said, "Oh, I know Harlem is like looking for some girls. I can get in contact with you and Victor. Victor is a team riders manager for Harlem." I said, "Yeah, sure." I didn't really know about Harlem at this point, but I was interested. So we had a call, and we basically agreed to like that I try the kite in Cape Town, and then we see what's gonna happen. But it was more like that they are interested. So I was very excited about that. I tried the kite. It was Harlem Force at that time. I really liked the kite. I was like super excited, like tell Victor, yeah, I really like the kite. I would love to join the team. And then he was like, sorry, Lana, we cannot, we don't have the budget to get you on the team. And yeah, that moment was very sad for me. I was like, okay, you know, Lana, you tried many times, doesn't work. It's fine. Like, just at this point, I was like, okay, I will just have it as a hobby. I will do my job, and yeah. And then I don't know, Cape Town happened, but also Ben, like from Portrait Kite, he helped me a lot actually with like he put me on his stories. He made like a part of one article about me. So basically I think this helped the most. And then some brands started to get back to me and they were interested. And then I got a call from Alex, the owner of Harlem, and he said, Yo, Lana, we want you on our team. We offer you free kites and a little bit of budget. And then I was like, okay, but now I got like other offers. So I will decide based on which kite I like the most. So I tried a few kites, few brands. And yeah, I think Harlem, they are really just amazing kites, and I love the mentality behind the team. I love the family vibe. Like it felt just natural to go with Harlem because yeah, they are really really cool, and I'm super happy with them. Really.
It looks like a really cool vibe, especially on the beach when you get so much support during the competitions, like with all of the posters. I've seen some of the other brands. I can't remember who started doing the posters as well. I think it's a banner rather than a poster. But Harlem did it first, and it's so cool to see them. Like, how cool is it to see your face and to feel that support on the beach when you're out there?
Well, it's incredible, and it's like people from Harlem, they fly from other countries.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Collie, like to come and support us riders on the competition. Like they invest their own money, their own time. They stand on the beach the whole day, pumping the kites, launching our kites, landing our kites. Like when I go to like Lords of Tram, I didn't have to think about anything other than kiting, and I think that takes extreme amount of stress away because you're like, okay, I trust the team. I know they will do exactly what I need. And it's something that without it, I don't think the results would be so good.
For sure, you definitely need a lot of support in the sport, I
Exactly.
think. Like for your mental well-being as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny because I actually didn't know that Collie was supporting people like in Harlem like that. I used to live in Ireland for 6, 7 years. So I know him really well from kitesurfing.
That's nice.
Yeah, back in the days, he was in the same kitesurfing gang as me, like, yeah,
Interesting.
many years ago. So, and then I saw his picture, I think randomly on some of the Harlem content. I was like, oh, that's Cully.
Yes,
And apparently, yeah, apparently he's everywhere of Harlem. That's really cool.
he's the best.
Mm,
Literally. Like
yeah, for
legend.
sure. I think I remember like once I showed up on the beach, and that was many years ago. I haven't lived in Ireland for almost 14 years now, but I showed up on the beach and I didn't have anything at all with me, like nothing. And the guys were like, "The wind is so good, you should go out kiting." I was like, "Guys, I have nothing." And everyone like just picked up, like somebody had some wetsuit, somebody had a harness, somebody had the bar, somebody had a kite. And I just ended up kiting for like 2 hours on just like this assembled gear. I'm just kind of like missing this community feel for now. Like now, probably people will like, I mean, our little gang will probably share equipment between us, but I think people wouldn't randomly give you their gear, you know, like on the beach to try.
Probably not, yeah. Also because it's so expensive,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I think I listened to the Harlem podcast with you, and you mentioned that one of your dreams is to, I don't know if like to become sponsored, but to be seen by Ralph Lauren. Tell me about that dream. It was so cute, I thought. But also, like, how close are you achieving to that dream? Like, are you taking steps towards it?
Well, I said Ralph Lauren because it's my favorite brand, clothing brand, and I think it would be just really cool achievement in life. Why not? And yes, at the moment I'm quite bad with social media, but I will try to push some videos now. But yeah, I think just posting a lot and getting followers would get me closer to this dream. So yeah,
I don't know if you've
this is
seen those. There are these videos of girls on Instagram where they do like random shoots that look like shoots like Gucci or Dolce and Gabbana, and then they say it's like I will tag Gucci until they notice me, you know. And have you
oh
seen
yes.
this?
Yes. That's a nice, good idea, actually. I might have to do that.
Just keep on tagging them. They're actually, I was thinking because you know that they sponsor the U.S. Olympic team because the U.S.
Yes,
Olympic
I
team
saw.
is dressed by Ralph Lauren. I don't know, like I'm not telling you to give up your country or like, but maybe racing for the U.S. team somehow could be a segue option, you know.
Yeah, but then my grandmother will be disappointed.
I mean,
She
dual
doesn't like
citizenship.
America.
I don't know if Slovenia supports it, but
I mean, the first lady is Slovenian, actually, but
yeah.
nobody likes her in Slovenia.
That was actually another thing that I wanted to ask you because I think like you have a bit of a reputation of being like this like Slavic serious kind of like personality.
Slavic serious.
Yeah, like serious, you know, like because I think you look serious, but I think because I'm also Slavic, I'm from Latvia, but I have like Russian roots, and
Okay.
I struggle like terribly, which you can't see on the podcast because you know, like I'm westernized, but like I struggle a lot with the Slavic resting face.
Oh, yes.
I wonder if that's your kind of like your thing, and I don't know if you know also this trend of these TikTok girls doing the Slavic face, and that's actually coming from Melania Trump. It's actually coming from her like face. They're trying to do her like face like this, and then all of the Slavic girls are saying it's like no, the Slavic face is actually like.
Yes, it's
Can
our
you do the
blood.
Slavic face?
I will try for the video next time.
Yeah. It's I actually have it with my dog. My dog has the most amazing Slavic resting face, but she's from Greece, so I don't know where it comes from. Maybe because she's living
Interesting.
with me. I'll send you the video. It's quite hilarious. She's like the most upset looking dog in the world.
Oh, but she's
Yeah.
happy, I hope.
She internally she's very happy
Okay.
on the inside.
That's
But
cute.
do you think that people sometimes think that you're too serious because you're just like that's just my relaxed face?
Well, it's the first time that I hear that I look serious.
I think I saw somebody actually like this random guy, but I think he said, I know Lana could smile under one of your posts in the comments.
Ah, that's Victor. Yeah, no, he's just making fun of me. No, this is our dynamic. But yeah, maybe I guess I'm not like the most happy from the outside looking person, but I would say it's Slovenian nature. Yeah, it's Slavic nature. It's we like my mother told me sometimes that she grew up thinking that if you suffer in life, then you are doing good. So this is kind of Slavic mentality, but I don't have this kind of mentality.
I think also like the thing that you said on the Portrait podcast, "Life sucks and then you die," is the
Yes.
motto that you like.
But this quote I think fits perfectly like in so many situations, really. And it's like so simple, and it's like, it's I don't know. It's very simple but very true, I would say, in many situations.
I mean, in the way, like it also teaches you to kind of like let go and not take life so serious, right? Because we're all gonna die at the end. So
Yes. And life does sucks many times, and there's nothing you can do, so
just live it. Yeah.
just live it, exactly.
I saw one guy also post something, "Life is hard, make it harder," and then crash in like a massive loop.
Oh yes, I saw these videos, yeah.
That's also one of my favorites. But I think we also have an expression in Russian that, beauty requires sacrifice. All of the sayings, I think, are basically about our collective suffering.
Yes, pretty much.
And we're always thinking about it.
So there is like there is some quite similar words we use now, Russian and Slovenian even.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you speak very slowly, I understand probably what the context of the conversation is about.
Yeah.
But not word for word. And some of the words, because there's like an old Russian, like old from the books, that's what a lot of Slavic languages sound like, where I understand what it means, but we don't say this anymore. So like, for example, vrata, which is a door in Slovenian.
Yeah, vrata.
I watched a Netflix documentary about the Michelin star chef in Slovenia. So it was really fun.
Ana Roš, or?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Chef's Table, the Netflix documentary series. It's really good. It's so pretty. And vrata is like a door, but in Russian it means like a gate, like a really big gate. And then, we say dverь for a door.
How? Dverь.
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 Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Now you learned something more from this conversation.
Exactly. That's good.
What's the kite board in Slovenian? What's the board in Slovenian?
Like in slang, we say dila or deska.
Yeah, deska.
Deska. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, it's funny because in Latvian it's delis. So that's actually, that's closer to the slang word.
Yeah, but is it the roots are Slavic, or what are the roots of?
No, for Latvian, they're actually somewhere very remotely, the roots are in Sanskrit even. It's a completely different language.
Okay.
But I also want to ask you about the question actually of the national identity as well. When you're surrounded by so many different nationalities, like, do you feel like difference between you and the rest of the people, especially in the competition circuit? I know now there's Aya who entered the competition, so she's from Bulgaria, so that's also kind of like a Slavic mentality. Do you feel like you have like a different perception, different mentality from people on tour?
That's an interesting question. I would not say there's like a lot of difference, because at the end we are all put like in the same baskets, and kind of doesn't matter where you come from, because you also adapt, and the more time you spend with like kite surfers and stuff, the more you start to act like them. But I mean, for sure there are differences, like culture wise, but at the end, I would say we have like really, really good group of girls in Big Air, and we have a lot of respect for each other, and it's a really nice vibe we share. So yeah, I would not say that I like stand out in some way. So yeah, I don't think so.
I'm thinking more in the way that you learn or the way that you approach like competition or the way you perform or the way you get ready for the competition, basically.
I would say that's more like a personal level, and it doesn't relate so much to nationality, but it's more like, for example, I like to listen to music before, like wild music before the heat, and I don't know, some other girl likes just to stay quiet and I don't know, be chill. So, but this I think it's more personality than nationality.
Yeah, for sure. I would imagine that you would like to listen to something energetic. What do you listen to? What genre?
Balkan music.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard you saying something about the turbofolk. No?
Oh well, I guess it depends. It's like, okay, I go when I'm in Ljubljana. I do training with my dad and my little sister, and we go to this Bosnian guy. His name is Muhamed Baltic. He's a Taekwondo world champion a few times, and yeah, then there we just listen to like some proper Balkan music, and usually I listen to this music that we listen at the training because it gives me like energy and stuff. So yeah, it's like sometimes it's old Balkan like turbo folk music, yes, and sometimes it's more modern trapish Balkan music.
I need to search for some, or maybe you can send me some recommendations. That would be really fun to listen to.
I can send you some songs that I listened before the competition.
Yeah, that could be cool. I actually just recently read that like it could be something to do with the association with that music, actually, also with that, you know, with the moment where you were having fun and you're having such a great time with your dad and you're having an amazing training, and that's the music that you're listening to. So when you're listening to that music again, in your mood space, you're kind of transported to that moment. And that actually raises your cortisol levels. So you're like more excited because of your memory of really good time that's connected to the music that you're listening to. I think that could also might be helpful when you're listening to that music before the competition, right?
Yes. Actually, since I've been traveling a lot, I realize I listen a lot more like Slovenian old music. Before, never in my life, but since I started to travel, yeah, I listened a lot, or we call it Yugorock. It's like rock music from ex-Yugoslavia. And yeah, it gives me good, it calms me a bit and gives me good vibes, and yeah, it's nice.
You should do some trial reels set to Yugorock, you know, like you're doing some tricks and that music is playing to see what type of audience you're going to reach with that.
I was thinking about that actually, and my friend, he recommended me this, but the problem is that when I'm in Slovenia, the Instagram doesn't allow you to put music. It's just like some super random. So also when I put music to my reels, the Slovenians cannot hear the music.
Oh wow!
Which is
do you know why that is? Is that some sort of?
I don't know. It's some sort of restrictions, but I hope Instagram fixes it soon. But it's like this since like 2 years already.
Oh wow, that's so interesting. But you said that's Slovenian music, but you're listening to kind of like a combination of different Balkan styles, I guess, right? Or Slovenians can't hear any music whatsoever on
Any
Instagram.
music.
That would be weird, right? Oh wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
What's going on in Slovenia that the world doesn't know about?
I cannot say.
You're the voice that's gonna yeah, exactly. You're the voice that can bring it to the masses.
Yes.
Tell me about like your social content. What's the story with the post with you and the money? Like a lot of gold?
That's
hilarious.
quite random question. I was home, bored, and then this thought came into my mind, and I was like, ChatGPT, make me look rich. And then I thought it was like a cool picture, and I said, let me just post it. There's no deep meaning or some, I don't know what. reason, but yeah, it's just random thought that came into my mind, basically.
Honestly, I think that's how social content should work. Like, just post whatever you want, and whatever lands, you can also work out like what works later, as long as you've posted some sort of idea that comes into your head.
Yeah, I guess so.
I really like the reel that you actually made with the two other girls where you did the cake smash challenge. You were trying to all like repeat a trick, and whoever doesn't repeat the trick or land the trick gets like a cake in their face. And then I think all of you ended up having the cake in your face, which is kind of hilarious.
Yes, that was really funny, very funny video. Because we were with Esti and Lisa. They are my really good friends in Cape Town, and we decided to like make some videos, and we contacted Surfer Ears. They are like this ears protection, actually really nice ones. And we wrote to them if they are like down to invest like really small budget to make this video, and we got the ideas. Also, Esti and Lisa are very creative girls, so yeah, I think they came up with this idea, and we filmed a little bit in South Africa, a little bit in France. But the most funny part was when we were like just putting it was like a chocolate mousse into our face. That was like extremely funny.
I think this is the type of content that's like really missing from like, especially like female made content, because I think guys kind of make a lot of like funny reels, but I think like girls, especially in the professional scene, don't make enough like just funny videos where you're having fun. Like a lot of YouTubers make these like challenge videos that are just really like funny for where they're doing nothing, but it's just funny to see them like making fun of themselves, I guess. And I think it's like really not enough of these playful videos in the female kitesurfing scene.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And they are also more fun to make.
Yeah.
But the problem with, at least with me, is that I'm not so talented with like editing and stuff, but like Esti, she's like super talented. So we were already talking about some ideas, and when we will like be together again, I think there is some content coming.
Oh, that's really exciting to hear, actually. Especially like when you're also making it as a group, that's also more exciting to see. So you're just like having fun as a bunch of friends. I think I'm also missing this in my local hangouts. So to me, it's really cool to see that other people are having that fun.
Yeah. I mean, at the end, that's about kite surfing now. It's for people to enjoy and be relaxed on the water and play with each other. Because it is very individual sport, but I think it's even more like social sport. Because also, if I'm alone, I'm not as brave as if there's someone pushing with me. It's like it's a push to do more tricks and to crash more and stuff like this. Because if you're alone, then you get a bit into your head. Oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? But if you see someone crashing and progressing, then you're like super motivated to do it as well. So yeah.
It's also part of why the coaching works as well, right? Because you're motivated to repeat that trick in front of somebody who's judging you doing that trick. So you have to do it. Because sometimes during the session, I guess, like if you're on your own, as you say, you get into your head and you're like, okay, I'm not going to do it today, not today. But then if you're doing it in front of your coach, and especially if you pay them, you're like, okay, now I need to like really get my money's worth and perform everything.
No, having a coach is like a game changer for sure. It works much, much better.
I also saw you doing this, the jump over the yacht in Egypt, which is kind of like the trick that a lot of people are doing. And also, I think, is it only Hannah that did that as well? I think she's the only one that did it from at least who I've seen doing the jump. So yeah, I think maybe you're the second girl to do it. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Well, I was on a boat with the local secrets trips. Marta was the organizer, and she brought Zach and myself to this boat. And then, yeah, I think it was Parker going extremely viral with jumping from the yacht. So then Zach was like, oh, I'm doing this. And then I was like, I also want to do this. And yeah, first Zach did it, and I wanted to do it straight after him, but then like the wind died and everything. And then the next day I was like, okay, now this is my chance. And it's basically very easy. It's nothing special. Just the tricky part is like to get the kite on the boat, on the yacht, because you have to like pump it on the yacht. Then you have to connect all the lines, and then like a guy on a small boat has to take the kite and then put it in the right position, and you have to go up on the top of the boat and then launch it from the top of the boat. So this is the only tricky part, but other than that it's nothing special. But it's cool to see.
How do you launch it from the boat to the yacht? So you're launching it, you're at the top already on the top of the yacht and the kite is below, so it goes from... Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So you basically pump the kite, connect the lines on the boat, and then they like throw, or like with the help of the rope, they get the bar on the top of the yacht, and then they take the kite on a small boat and they go into the right position in the wind window. And yeah, you are basically on top, hooked in, and they let go of the kite and you launch it.
And is somebody holding you? So then you're also not kind of like swept away through the window.
It was not so windy, but yes, there was Kasper, a Polish guy, holding me and helping me.
Would you like to do more stunts like this? Like you said, you also need motivation from somebody to push you to do something like that for social especially. But would you like to do more stunts where you have to like set the perfect shot or the perfect position and jump from things?
Well, when I sent this video to my grandmother, she was not very happy about it. It's not the safest for sure, but I think for social media it's very good. So if it's not too dangerous, I'm down to do this kind of stuff, yeah. Or jumping from other stuff, or yeah. I think like it gets somehow, by some reason, a lot of views on Instagram. So I would do it for socials, but it's not something that I would enjoy.
Yeah, because I was thinking that maybe you could be like a good candidate to do some sort of like stunt like any of the guys are doing. Like, you know, because I haven't really seen, I don't think that any of the girls are doing these like viral crazy stunts, right? Like jumping off the Ferris wheel or, you know, jumping over the plane and what else is there from Red Bull?
Yeah, I think the craziest, at least for me, are the one from Stick. He like jumping from the mountains with a kite.
Right.
And that looks like super cool, but super, super sketchy. If something like goes wrong, I don't know. I would not do such extreme thing, but maybe jumping from, I don't know, some object that it's not extremely high. Yeah, I would be down to do that.
It's so interesting. Like, why do you think, like with you said it's like, it's scary, right? But like, what is that fear? Like, how is it different for us, like girls, and how is it different for guys? Because I'm pretty sure for them, it's like really, really scary as well. Like, why are they doing that and we're not doing it?
I never tried to be a guy, so I don't know how their brain works, but I guess, I don't know, it's just our nature more. Like the guys always like push for some stupid stuff, or they don't think it so much through. And yeah, I guess we are just more careful. I guess it's just, yeah, how Mother Nature made us.
Yeah, that's true. So what's your big plans for the future then? You said that you're getting ready for the two competitions coming up. What else is on your roadmap?
Yeah, so I will be in Brazil for like 1 more month. And then I plan to fly to Europe and train a bit in Europe to the competitions if they happen. And then I think in October I will fly to Egypt. And apparently, actually, we have another competition there, Winds of Sinai, if it's gonna happen. They have first time they have women division as well. And I was invited, luckily. And then from Egypt, I will fly to Cape Town. stay like 3 months in Cape Town, and then I think Vietnam, and then back to France. And yeah, the standard circle.
So you're trying to train closer to the location where the competition is.
Yeah, I think it's smart, but the problem is like with France or Netherlands or Denmark, that it's not always windy. So you cannot say, oh, I go there for a month and I train, because there's a big chance there will be no wind. But if the see good forecast, then yeah, I try to fly the spots where the competition is, because also wind is different on every spot. So if you are used to Brazil condition and then you go to France, for example, you're like, oh, this is like different kite surfing, it's different timing, it's different kite sizes, it's different wind, everything is different. So yeah, the more you kite in the conditions, the better you are.
Mm. And I guess you're like the cold as well as a factor, right? Because like you're so distracted by your limbs freezing off while you're doing the tricks in France and then Denmark as well. That's going to be quite cold.
Yes, but to be honest, I kind of prefer to be a bit cold and be super hot all the time, because Brazil is like extremely hot. The water is like, I don't know, 28, 30 degrees, and I never feel cold. And for my body, it used to be better, but now I feel like my body needs so much energy to like regulate the temperature. So
Mm.
yeah, I like the cold. Not extreme cold, but like if the water, like Cape Town for me is perfect. The water is like 18, 15 degrees. Outside is like 25, 28 maybe. In the evening it gets a bit colder. Like this is perfect.
Mm. I wonder if it's also like part of like where you come from, because it's, I guess you also have quite a good differentiation between summer and winter, right? So like in winter it's cold, in summer it's hot. And like I come from that part as well. And actually right now we have a heat wave and I barely function. I'm actually sitting here with this because it's 25 degrees outside. But it's
25 is a heat wave.
but it's I think it's actually 27, 28 today, but it's very humid and the humidity makes
Yeah.
it like even more unbearable. And if you sit inside and you're looking at the screen the entire day, your brain just starts melting. And yeah, it's definitely so refreshing to get into the cold water. So the water is cold and it's nice. So I can't imagine having like being hot and also being in the hot water. That's also like, you don't think as straight or as clear, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you can also obviously on the people, like the productivity, like when you are in Europe and when you are in these hot countries, like it's on another level. So yeah, I think a little bit of cold is good for the body.
Yeah. I think with productivity, it's funny because I went kite surfing to Morocco, and as you say as well, like I'm so used to like doing things. It's like, you have to do. And in Morocco, people were just like, there's some guys that were just sitting down. They just wanted to sit and do nothing. Like, and I was like, but don't you like read a book or listen to some music or no, we just sit. I was just like, what do you mean
Yeah,
just sit?
exactly. It's I mean, it's cool to see how, like, because we are all at the end just humans, and how like the environment affects what we do and how we do stuff. It's like, but I think it's just the proof how connected we are with nature.
Mm.
But at the end, what is better, what is worse, because I think they are having like a really good time here in
Yeah, for
Morocco.
sure.
Like they're
Yeah.
enjoying life, they don't need much, they're very simple. And us in Europe, we are very like, oh, you always have to do this, you have to take care of the future, you have to build a house, do this, blah blah blah, worry about the future all the time. And at the end, I think it's not very healthy to put so much stress to your body. Like a good balance.
Yeah. I think it's a really good reminder that you need to slow down and also sit down and do nothing and look at the sky. Or like where I stayed as well, there was no internet. There was no internet and no phone connection, nothing at all. And it was so liberating because even
Yeah.
if you wanted to check Instagram, you couldn't. Like even if you wanted to like call somebody or just spend time doom scrolling. Like you couldn't. All you could do was actually just sit and chill, which was amazing. Well, I read a book, but it's like I still had to do something, when there was no
Yeah,
wind. But yeah, it was beautiful.
exactly. It's a good reset for sure.
Well, Lana, thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy your rest day, as you say. Maybe just sit
Thank
around
you.
and do nothing.
I will try.
Well, after you submit your Cold Hawaii
Yeah,
entry.
exactly.
Yeah. And I'll see you in Cold Hawaii.
Yes, hopefully. I hope so. But thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
And that's another episode. Thank you so much for listening, as usual. And now you know how to launch your kite from a yacht in Egypt. You're welcome. As usual, please like, comment, give me your feedback, and share this episode so more people can see it. Thank you so much, and see you for the next one.